30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel got a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull off. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this matching, plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They check it to 10.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get. Too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello, that's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get. Too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left on a run.
The Zach Taylor era begins in Cincinnati.
It is loud and it is wet here, Coach, as we welcome you inside CenturyLink Field on a patented rain. Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And off we go from Seattle. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Andy Dalton set to lead out this Bengals offense at the controls for the 9th year, the man out of TCU.
Right there, 54 Mike.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. Shedding the tackle. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. And a look now at the Cincinnati offense.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 2nd down.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. You got nothing today.
Dalton bootlegs out. He completes it to Tate. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 11 yards there, 1st down. 1st and 10 for Dalton. Open man, Erickson, that's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. Now Joe Mixon. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now, 3rd and goal. And that is caught. but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. So they went to the booth to see if that was a touchdown, and they have decided it will not be a touchdown. 6 points off the board. Bullock's kick is good, and the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And when I think of Russell Wilson, I think not just of the big plays that he's made, and those are considerable, but when they were made. 4th and 26 in a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State when he was with Wisconsin.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Geno Atkins gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
And nothing doing here as this time the run Navy gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And we take a look at the offense for the Seahawks.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
the kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Well, the Bengals and Seahawks meeting here in week 1, and this is a combination that we haven't seen that often on the turf. If you look back to when the franchises began facing each other all the way back in 1977, but since then, just 20 meetings between the two teams, and the Bengals have won 11 of them, including the last meeting back in October of 2015. Completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works a defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Sack, baby! Good job.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it 2nd down and 12. On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Nick Vigil able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Dalton here from the gun. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Dalton. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And taken right on the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So let's glance at a player spotlight now with Russell Wilson. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how to get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Tight on this side, boys. Tight on the left. Tight on the left.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones not having balls go through goalposts.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Now Dalton. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
54, right there. 54.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And Tate's got it. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the gun, Dalton. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll kick things off with an NFC matchup.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Underway in the second half. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Wilson, his throw incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd and 4. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, Dalton. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Dalton. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Dalton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. To Mixon on the check down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Andy Dalton now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Caught right side, Tate. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Dalton. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. Work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again, and he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, Wilson. It's caught, block it. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. On 1st down, Wilson. Caught, it's Wilson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it indeed. Here come the flags. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will not be denied. Into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So Dalton now got his man. It's Eifert. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Let's go.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Andy Dalton now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From midfield here, Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Now, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Passing, it's Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Open man is Uzama. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Blair, 2nd-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away. So let's glance at a player's spotlight now with Russell Wilson. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming. And taking those sacks, that's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They run again with Carson, and he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Here's Carson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. On third down, Carson. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So now Dalton and the Bengals down 7-3, 20 seconds to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. All right, here's Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. It's do or die for Dalton. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. So the victory here for Seattle. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. We'll be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in the prison. Better knowledge, better it's best you soaking it. I'm a prophet. Manifesting on my premonitions. Ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing. The opposition ain't all that lane switching. This is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were
was fighting that case. Took so many L's, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me. Do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it. Can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money. Tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money, we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a boss it. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support bride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired? You will never know. You ain't never tried. Work it out. Hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wheel. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
Magic comes to South Florida. It's the coach. This is week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, it's the debut of Ryan Fitzpatrick as the new quarterback of the Dolphins. They're looking to turn things around as they host Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll be back at halftime with a look ahead to the weekend. But first, let's get down to Miami and hand things over to Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.
Set to go now on a rainy Florida afternoon. And we are underway from Miami. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So Lamar Jackson, in his second season, the Heisman Trophy winner of 2016, leading the Ravens onto the field.
Right there in the middle, 55. Let's go, defense. Our time.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Ingram. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
To throw is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Offensive starters, here they are. David DeCastro, what do you think about him, Charles?
Brandon could not have been better trained at Stanford. So well schooled in the run game and the pass game, and especially in pro principles. David DeCastro could be an all-pro in the years to come.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. It's caught, and there's the first NFL catch for Marquise Brown. A gain there of 21 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
This will be caught by Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now under first-time head coach Brian Flores. Leading him out is going to be their quarterback. That's the grizzled vet, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
One thing that I think Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't get enough credit for is his toughness. This is a guy who plays through injuries, but it's also being mentally tough. Knowing that everyone's always trying to move him out of the lineup, trying to find a replacement for him, yet he continues to battle and has earned the total respect of his teammates.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Drake. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete.
Fitzpatrick's pass, intended for Devontae Parker, incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Here's Hill on the return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They do not score.
And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
The competition to go to the Pro Bowl at safety is fierce in the NFL. But Rashad Jones makes his case year in and year out as one who should go.
From the 39, Jackson, and he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, and it's third down. On third down, Jackson, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And here now a look at the Dolphins' offensive unit.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
One of a trio of Watts in the NFL. This is outside linebacker T.J. Watt, who knows how to get to the quarterback just like his big brother J.J. Imagine their battles in the backyard with their third brother Derek, a fullback with the Chargers, trying to block either of them.
Here's Fitzpatrick. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there.
For the Dolphin field goal, a 54-yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's probably feeling like he dodged a little bit of a bullet. Threw the interception on the last drive, and then the missed field goal, so no points.
Not only did he dodge the bullet, he can go back out there and flourish now. And I'll guarantee this, one of the leaders on the defense came off the field and told him, don't worry about it. You noticed? We got you.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They run from the pistol with Ingram. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
A gain of 12. And a Raven first down.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready? 52 by 52. You're not ready.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. On 2nd down, Ingram. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Let's go.
Taking it in from 24 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Ravens 14.
5 plays there on that drive. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a draw play with Drake. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Hey, we got tight left. You got 3 down.
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick keeps himself upright. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked.
All day.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Hill shedding the tackle. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. 15 yards on the play, first down. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner.
Situation. Let's go.
Jackson, option right. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. On second down, it's Ingram. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Hey, watch this.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
60-yard attempt.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
Fitzpatrick now from the 50. Short throw taken in by the tight end O'Leary. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. Fitzpatrick from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got it to Hearns. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Check 20! Check 48's the mic!
First down, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Throwing again on second down. Fitzpatrick. Hearns brings it in. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. On first down, Drake. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On second and 12, Fitzpatrick. It's complete to Drake. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
I got one.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
Fitzpatrick's pass intended for Kenyon Drake. Incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today.
A 32-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Jackson. Roberts got it. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Jackson now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Those are the types of throws that Jackson has to be more efficient with this year. He really put an emphasis on improving his passing accuracy in the offseason because last year as a rookie, 58%, that was it. And his quarterback coach said the ball is coming out of his hand cleaner. The timing looks better. That's what they're hoping for. Everybody knows he can run, but now he continues his quest to be more well-rounded and improve on his conservative 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns he threw for last season. It's caught by Roberts. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing is Jackson. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Coming to you, coming to you.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And that one finds the Falcons out in front.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. A 1st down throw for Fitzpatrick. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
We got 4.
To throw again, Fitzpatrick. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off. Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Sanders' kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Jackson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, 1st and 10. Jackson, option right, and they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
He wasn't ready. Mike 52, Mike 52.
Jackson to throw on 3rd down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Come on, Lon. We better than that.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Returnable for Grant. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Watch the pass.
Right back to Drake. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Drake. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
You don't want no problems with me.
TJ Watt there on the tackle. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
In your face. Check.
They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. And he hits Drake. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now pressure comes and it's blocked. The Ravens block it. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. In for the score as the Ravens push further out in front. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's do this.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
Mike, 180. I got you, pop. Now here's the line. Here's the line. Third and two. Single receiver.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
48. Watch the run. Watch the run. Check 48's the mark. Check 48.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nick O'Leary, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Fitzpatrick again. And he comes back with one complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'm trying to collect.
To the air again, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
QB's trash. Let's go.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here?
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Come on, QB, come on.
Now Drake. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Given 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
I'm I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Important extra point up and through as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
He'll buy some time right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
They don't want it.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's get it.
Throwing now is Jackson. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Jackson now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down.
Under 10, 10.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. Back home next week. And for Charles Davis and our
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many milkers burning my dome like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs saying hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone jobs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Rings of the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Clarity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they though they taking notice. Taking notice. Taking notice. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they though they taking notice.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving a show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all beat the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of you can go. Turn it up, y'all beat the flow. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving a show. But can you rock?
Wanna give how much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver.
the Browns be ready to turn the corner? I'm the coach. This is the return of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the unveiling of Odell Beckham as a Cleveland Brown as his new team gets set to host the Tennessee Titans. I'll be back at halftime with a look ahead to the weekend. Let's say hello for the first time to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. So happy to be with you, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. And we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, here I come! Here I come! Here I come!
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. A gain of 3, second down. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
And the focus will definitely be on wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. after the trade from the New York Giants to the Cleveland Browns. How will he mesh with his new quarterback, Baker Mayfield? And can they be the duo that leads Cleveland to the playoffs for the first time since 2002?
The reception good for 7. It's third down. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Mayfield looks to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, if you look at this Week 1 matchup on paper and you see the Titans' name next to the Browns' name, you're thinking, there can't be much history there. But if you factor in that the Titans used to be the Houston Oilers, well, there is good history there because these two franchises were division rivals in the old AFC Central. That was before the 2002 NFL realignment. So there is history, albeit way back in the rearview mirror. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
3 down.
On first down, Hilliard, and down inside the 15 he goes. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Hey, what? 180! 54! 954! I got you! I got you!
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Titans.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 11. Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago. It's Derrick Henry. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Mike. 3. Mike. Wild Bill.
First down, Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mariota hands to Henry. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 4th down, here's the AFC Pro Bowl punter the last 2 years. That's Brett Kern to kick it for Tennessee. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the second round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke up a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. We're scoreless after 1. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 kecoming.
180. Check 55 for Mike. Hey, keep it up.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I got it.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle. 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Check. 53's mine. 53's mine. You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry there to make the grab, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision, because they do have the final call now.
Jarvis Landry. Touchdown, Brown.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Go!
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
On 2nd and 10. Mariota, he will find Davis. That's complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards there and a first down. Mariota on first down. Completes it to Davis. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Check.
A first down throw for Mariota. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Let's go!
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Mariota. It's caught by Davis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. That's complete to Sharp. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Let's go.
Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Mariota again. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. But a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Mariota. He'll get this one complete to Davis. 12 yards there and a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Check 53's Mike. Night, sweetheart.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. This a quick pass to Davis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That's track.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. The safety, Morgan Burnett, that time gets home for the sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Chubb on first down, no room to roam as he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down. And again, it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Mariota. This one caught by Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Now Lewis here on 1st down. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Set the tone. Defense, let's go.
41 yards.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
Mike, number 53. Mike.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. The Titans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Check. Check. 53. Mike. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
On the read option, it's Mariota. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit, but his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well-conceived, well-designed, and even better executed.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
To throw, Mayfield. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Chubb with a 1st down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And now the ball's out. Fumbled near midfield. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it, and that's exactly what they did.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a one-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. One-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The seasoned vet out of Penn State, Cameron Wake, in to drop him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. All right, so let's look at these numbers. I don't want to read the tea leaves here too much, but maybe he's in his own head a little bit after that hot start and the cool-off.
Sometimes that happens, and this is where you...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult.
Pick! Nice pick!
That's good for a Browns.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he does not get to the 1st down marker as they stop him at the 19.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A 36-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Marcus Mariota getting ready to go again here on offense. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. But it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Mariota. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the 1st by a few yards.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, let's get
so trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Chubb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mayfield to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Pettis once again the target, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mayfield to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Seibert's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mariota sets to lead this offense. Seconds remaining. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for